Hello, today is August 9th, 2021, and the time is 11:20 a.m. I just want to say that what I'm about to talk about in this video is nothing personal against any individual or profession. I'm simply sharing the facts as educational purposes only. The following in brief. Police are not government officials. They respond to RFPs with the government, which is observed with contract renewals. However, they are part of government unions and some benefits. Thus, the governing body who contracts with them are liable for the actions of the police, thus political interference to protect the police. Courts, lawyers, judges who are still lawyers, prosecutors who are also still lawyers, etc., are extensions of local politics. Courts are an extension of politics. Judges are still practicing lawyers. All lawyers, including prosecutors, are officers of the court first and adhere to the governing body ultimately controlled by the state. Judges have their own lawyer or legal team who are available to advise a judge on information a judge cannot obtain about a case on their own. Supreme Court rulings are clear. The police have no duty to serve and protect the civilian populations. They are also not obligated to protect personal and private information of people. This expands to police databases such as CPIC in Canada being broken, such as but not limited to misused, false and inaccurate information being put on it about individuals, and they may not even know it, destroying lives, etc. And by law, they are allowed to lie if under the guise of police business. The police are an extension of government and have the monopoly on violence. Governments were only ever to establish infrastructure and maintain it, not to micromanage society. Democracy, 51% can take away the rights of 49%. Democracy and capitalism go hand in hand. Capitalism is corporations and corporations are dictatorships. All levels of government are corporations. Most people have become pacifists and conformists, including Christians fearing violence. On a side note, we are in the late stage of the last stage of civilization, the age of decadence, again, and we repeat history because history is forgotten, either by chance or design. What always follows is our demise. This is the cycles of civilization. One of the signs of this time is the rise of the busybody, and even the glorified busybody via profession. One of the signs of this time is the rise of the lesser of the human gene pool, with the more ambitious ones obtaining various positions of authority, which does not imply all are. Defined in part as those who lack critical thinking skills, an extensive knowledge base, and cannot separate emotions when making conclusions. This is why even Socrates stated the right to vote, to have a voice, was never meant for just anyone. This ties in with the guise of equality nonsense. From this we observe the rise of the busybody. I'm going to reference scripture for a moment. 1 Peter 4:15, which is observed with social justice movements. The busybody and those of like mind band together because they are weak, thus becoming a hive mind. The Ash, Milgram, and even the Stanford experiments give insight to this, as well as the studies made famous by Julia Shaw. But I digress. Any recourse for wrongdoing by police is an illusion. Laws are cherry-picked when applied and not, etc. Also, for example, there are two versions of the criminal code charges. Both versions appear identical. However, a few words are changed in the, as a descriptive, unknown version, and this is what police officers are charged with. The changing of a word makes all the difference if a conviction is imposed or not. How do I know this? I know one of the people who helped draft the unknown version. My career history and personal experiences give insight to this. If the unknown version is applied to police and any authority types, then the common person, if when charged, could ask, for example, the courts to use the unknown version. Most lawyers wouldn't even be aware of this, and if they are, would deny it. As it is paramount that the government and police maintain the appearance of being good over anything else to maintain public trust, mental gymnastics is a must to justify what they do and get away with it, from destroying someone's life with lies to beating and murdering them. In part, this is due to the standards of vetting during recruitment being lowered while looking for specific types of people. As this relates to the cycles of civilization, the beta and omega types rise in power as they are the majority in society. This ties in with the lesser, who lack critical thinking skills and extensive knowledge base and cannot separate emotions when making conclusions, who obtain various positions of authority. Because any profession draws from the same human gene pool, traits such as, but not limited to, paranoia may carry into the job, and with training, these harmful traits are amplified. because sociopaths and psychopaths rise to the top, not to imply all are. When does the magic happen? When someone becomes more human than human to be an alleged professional, such as a police officer rhetorically asked. Keep in mind, a professional is someone who has no emotional connection to the persons they interact with. For example, alleged professionals are not exempt from the studies made famous by Julia Shaw, the ease of implanting false memories. More than 60% of people convicted of anything are innocent. This is not to forget that more and more nonsensical laws are created as a make-work program. The fact real crime rates are at an all-time low, while the accepted justice system is at an all-time high, should be telling. Michael Wood Jr. helps give insight to this. There are court rulings where a known innocent person can plead guilty if doing so is in his/her best interest. Even when someone complies with an officer and/or individuals follow procedures in court or in law, things are ignored and circumvented regularly. A person may plead guilty knowing they are innocent if doing so is in their best interest. This applies to civil case when a settlement is offered or someone is forced to withdraw. This is why free men on the land arguments fail, because even when inside the legal structure, innocent people have no chance. It is important during any legal proceedings not to admit, acknowledge, or accept someone's title or role, as once you do, that title or role is used against you. For example, an officer is just a person. Should the police be defunded depends on what the people want, but are the people able to know what they want is real, is the question. 80% of police funding goes towards pensions and salaries. Despite someone being dishonorably discharged, the police make way more money than they will tell you. Working closely with them in the courts, many have said to me, "This is the easiest job I ever had," and laughed. Their jobs are not hard or life-threatening as publicly made out to be. All the above said can be greatly expanded on. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.